Are you guys wondering what's the most popular pickup truck in the land? I'm talking about the United States. I'm talking about full-size pickup trucks like the F-150. I'm talking about mid-sizers like the Tacoma. And of course, I'm also talking about full-size truck-based SUVs like the Chevy Tahoe and the rest. Well, you've come to the right place because I'm wondering this too, because I want to know what you guys are buying, what maybe I should buy next. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the latest sales results for first half of 2023. This is all on tfltruck.com. You can also find it on alltfl.com. And here's what's happening in the world of full-size pickups. This includes the F-150, Super Duty, heavy-duty trucks like the Silverado HDs, Ram HDs, and Toyota Tundra, Nissan Titan, and the rest. So, a lot of good news. So if you look at this column right here, a lot of them are starting to grow. COVID was a very tough time and there were a lot of shortages, parts not available. Then they had to rebuild some trucks, add parts later. They were waiting at factories across the board, across the country. But now it seems like some of it is coming back into place and you guys are buying them. The trucks are also getting more expensive, but it doesn't seem to be stopping a lot of folks, at least right now, from getting a new pickup. So in the first 6 months of the year, the F-Series, technically by name, is the number one with 382,000 trucks approximately. But if you combine Silverado and Sierra GM trucks together, those combine to about 407,000. So they're still beating the Ford F-Series, at least in the full-size segment, for the pickup truck supremacy. But you can see Silverado grew. Specifically, the light-duty Silverado trucks had a really good last 3 months or so. And same with Sierra. They grew 20%. F-Series grew by 27%. Ram, unfortunately, is different. I'm pretty bummed by this because I want to see everybody succeed. But Ram lost about 9% compared to last year for 2023. This is worrisome. I mean, they're still in third place, but GMC Sierra is, kind of starting to knock on their door, or at least it might be in the future if Ram doesn't change a few things around. The Tundra is back. They're selling about 10,000 trucks per month, so almost 60,000 for the 6 months, and they're growing 34%. This is the all-new Tundra that was redesigned last year, so they're finally coming into their own. The Titan is kind of equalizing. I mean, it's not doing really well, 10,500 trucks, and they're down a little bit, but they're kind of equalizing. There's still rumors of the Titan going away, so if it remains at this level for the next few months, maybe it'll stick around. That's my hope. Ford is breaking out the F-150 Lightning EV sales. So they sold in the first half of the year about 8,700 Lightning EV pickup trucks, which is a growth, of course, over previous year because it was just starting up last year. But it's also way better than this. GMC sold 49 Hummer EV vehicles this year. 49. So they're basically not selling almost any vehicles for a major manufacturer like GMC and General Motors. So that's what's happening in the world of full-size trucks. We do a lot of towing tests. This is the iGauntlet World's Toughest Towing Test in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. This is one of the recent videos. You can check it out if you haven't seen it already. We've compared most of the turbo diesel brand new trucks, for example, F-350 versus Chevy 3500. So a lot of good news here in the half-ton segment. What about midsize? Is it the same? No. This is weird. I did not quite expect some of this. What I did expect was Tacoma to be on top. They've been dominating midsize segment for pickup trucks for a long time, maybe decades. They're still growing sales, even though the brand new generation, the 2024 Tacoma, is not out yet, and it won't be until later this year. But they're still doing well. General Motors combined lost 22%. And if you look at this column, there are a lot of minuses in here, a lot of minuses. So overall, the segment lost 9% so far this year. So I think this is a pretty big deal. Part of the General Motors sales is that brand new trucks are coming online, and they had some difficulties converting to the next generation, just manufacturing the new Colorado and the Canyon. So I think these numbers will improve greatly over the coming months. I just saw several transporters carrying a lot of new Chevy Colorados and Canyons across the highways. So I think they're starting to ship them in big numbers. So these numbers should improve. But some surprises. Nissan Frontier lost 20%, but they beat Colorado. They're now the second most popular midsize truck in the country. Honda Ridgeline beat out Gladiator and Ranger to be the next in line. So huge surprises here. The Honda Ridgeline is growing by 38% year over year. This is huge. So the main story here is that the Tacoma and the Honda Ridgeline are doing really well, growing market share, growing sales, even though this is an aging truck now. And well, the Ridgeline hasn't been updated in a couple of years. But everybody else is losing in the midsize game. Is it a sign of things to come? I don't think so, because the new Ranger is coming soon, the new Tacoma is coming soon, and I think General Motors is going to boost production in a big way. So I think this is just temporary, and then we'll see some more mid-sizers come online. The story with the full-size SUVs is different. Huge success for this segment. Overall, this segment so far this year grew by 36.7%. These SUVs are getting larger, more technologically advanced, more expensive, but you guys are still buying them in huge numbers. Tahoe is still on top, no surprise. GMC Yukon is right there with it, no surprise. It's actually Ford Expedition climbed the ladder to third place, growing by 72%. So they had some production issues, delays over the last year or maybe more, but it looks like to be recovering in a big way. They're knocking on the door of the Yukon, and they may be even approaching, if they continue to grow, where the Tahoe is. So this is something to watch. Suburban is still doing really well. Jeep Wagoneer, not so much. So it seems to be stabilized to where it was, and now they're lost about 21% compared to 2022, which was when the Wagoneer kind of came out last year. So kind of a bummer. Armada and Sequoia, huge numbers. Look at the Armada, out of nowhere, growing, almost tripling its sales from last year. So really good for Armada. Sequoia is a brand new vehicle, so it's picking up steam and now selling more than they ever sold before, or at least bigger numbers than I've remembered. So luxury versions of those SUVs, the Escalade, the Grand Wagoneer, the Navigator, the QX80 Infiniti, the Lexus LX, also mostly growing in a big way, especially Infiniti growing by 113%, more than doubling. Lexus LX almost doubling. Lincoln Navigator 46%. Grand Wagoneer again lost, but overall the segment grew by 18.5%. So this is the world of luxury SUVs, full-size SUVs, and we do a lot of videos with SUVs as well. For example, here's the new Tahoe RST Performance Edition on the iGauntlet, towing its maximum weight to see exactly how these puppies tow. And in this segment, I'm not tracking some of the German SUVs, like the BMW and Mercedes and Land Rover and Range Rover. If you want me to track those as well, let me know. But I'm mostly focused on frame-based, full-size pickup truck-based SUVs and also pickups. So that's the latest. So the world of trucks, I would say, is quite healthy, except for mid-sizers right now. By the way, Ford Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz also had really good results this year so far. And you will find all those numbers on tfltruck.com. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. I gotta go tow more trailers and actually drag race as well. So stay tuned for this channel. TFL truck, because we have drag racing with pickup trucks coming up very soon. So you will see who is the quickest heavy duty diesel in the land. Thank you very much.